Hey folks, it's Matt once again. Welcome back to another video for the month of October, the month of horror. Once again, there's another video about a film that I have reviewed in the past, but um, it's a film that I like making videos, especially if people have subscribed that maybe haven't seen some of my older videos, to let people know sort of the gems of the horror field or action or whatever genre that if you haven't seen, it's well worth a look. Now, maybe you won't end up liking it because we can't all agree on movies, but I think it's definitely worth a shot. And one of them is Alligator, despite this shitty cover that basically looks like a shitty sci-fi channel movie. This cover sucks. I mean, there's more CGI on the cover, but there's none in the movie. But at least it fucking looks like it on the cover. This cover looks like shit. It's from 1980, directed by Lewis Teague, who would go on to direct Cat's Eye, which is another film I want to get to this month, and Cujo, which is another movie I want to get to this month. Sort of the Lewis Teague trilogy. Maybe that won't be right after this, but I do want to get to those. Now, the film stars Robert Forster, who you've seen in stuff like Jackie Brown. He got killed in Uncle Sam. He was in that movie Supernova. If you look at Robert Forster, you'd be like, oh, I know who that guy is. He was in Me, Myself, and Irene. He plays the lead, and he's one of the reasons that this film is a gem. He's wonderful as the lead. He's very likable. He's down to earth. There's a fun little running joke about him dealing with baldness. We can all relate to. A lot of people can relate to that. He's helped by a wonderful script by John Sayles. John Sayles, great writer. He wrote this, and it makes the film, I think, a bit smarter, funnier, and just more well-made, him and Lewis Teague, than the normal creature feature, although I do like many creature feature and animal attack movies. I mean, the plot, there's a big motherfucking alligator in the sewers of, I think it was Chicago. How is it so big? These scientists, they fuck experiments with hormones, and they dump the dead dogs and stuff in the sewer, and that's what the motherfucker's been feeding on. And when you watch this film, you realize just the smart choices it made. Like I said, it's a fun, funny script. Like when Robert Forster early on is talking with another cop, he's like, oh yeah, we're in one of these scenes we found a toe. It had a funeral and everything. And Robert Forster's like, must have been a pretty small casket. I don't just sort of those, not a punchline like, now laugh, just sort of stuff you just throw out there as like, okay, I thought it was pretty funny. Or this is not meant as a joke, but sort of like, oh, okay, that's peculiar. When Robert Forster investigates one of the places these scientists are at, he's like, this is very quiet. What? I said, your animals are very quiet. Oh yeah, we cut the larynx out when they come in, so it cuts the noise down. And so it's like, wow, that's fucked up. Like, literally with dogs, their larynx has been cut out to keep them quiet. And you also have really good direction by Lewis Teague. I mean, Stephen King was a big fan of this movie. He loved it. That's why I think Stephen King helped, he wrote the script. At least, I think he at first wrote the script for Cujo. Of course, it's based on his novel, and then they had other people work on it. But Stephen King was a champion for Lewis Teague, and then they definitely worked together on Cat's Eye, because being a big fan of this. I think Cujo and Cat's Eye are like two of the few Stephen King films Stephen King actually likes. So I'm surprised like Lewis Teague. I mean, he also did Navy SEALs. Sadly, not much to run home about in the last like 20 years. Which that sucks, because Alligator, Cujo, Cat's Eye, even Navy SEALs. It's not the worst track record. It really isn't. But I was talking about the director by Lewis Teague. Like, there's a scene where Robert Forster and a cop are going on the sewers, and they're looking at this map. And the way they frame the actors, they're looking at it, and the guy has a flashlight. He's moving around to look at the map. And by doing so, it illuminates the background, a piece of it, and there's the alligator. So you see fleeting images of it as behind them. I'm like, wow, that's a really good idea, good way of framing the shot. And just using the flashlight to, like, we as the audience know something, but the characters on screen don't. But at the same time, doesn't make the characters look stupid. Sorry about that. Shit. After that 2 minutes of fucking ready to choke on myself. The rest of the cast do a good job. Robin Riker, who's this female scientist. Well, scientist might not be the right word. She knows a lot about alligators and things of that nature. Michael Gazzo as the captain. Really does seem like a guy that would fit in a Chicago setting perfectly. Henry Selva, who is in Above the Law, the Steven Seagal film, as the bad guy. He was also in Code of Silence with Chuck Norris as the bad guy. He's here as his hunter, that big game hunter that's going to chase and try to find the alligator. A fun little role. He's trying to pick up on this reporter, like, this is what a love call is for a gator. Aspects of the script, again, to make it a little bit different from the norm. It's not one of those things that no one believes the hero until the last 10 minutes or 20 minutes. No, pretty, I wouldn't say early, but at least like halfway through. No, reporter went down, took pictures, guy's ass eaten. They know it's an alligator. So it's not one of those things, this is bullshit, for 80% of the movie. So you have cops searching for the thing, and it definitely delivers on the R rating. And at least in the fact that it's not like it does two things and never again. It will kill kids, because these assholes push this poor kid into a swimming pool, and the alligator's in there, and yep, he ate the kid. There's one cop, which I wonder if Lake Placid ripped this off, where someone gets bumped off the boat into the water. They try and get the guy out, and then they pull him up, and the guy's legs have been bitten off. Just wasn't that the beginning of Lake Placid? I don't mind Lake Placid. I do like this film more, though. Like, his legs or half his body was bitten off. I should remember that. If I'm wrong, I apologize. One character gets eaten whole, like swallowed whole. There's a party near the end of the film where the alligator just crashes in and is throwing people and fucking chomping on people, and one of the head assholes of the movie and fucking uses his tail to swipe people left and right, and the asshole is in the limo and it smashes the shit out of it with its tail, crushing anyone in it. I mean, this alligator does some damage. Which is what you want to see in this kind of movie. One of the big scenes, it breaks out of the street, like out of the pavement of the street, and kills a cop. It's not one of those scenes where it does nothing except 1, 2, maybe 3 things if you're pushing it. Because some films do that. And the pacing, it's only an hour. This says 90 minutes, but if you take out and credits, like an hour and 27 minutes, so it's not that long of a movie. And it's propelled by Robert Forster. He's such a likable character. Like when he's with the female lead of the movie, Robin Riker. And there's certain pieces of dialogue. Like one example, he's like, if we go out to dinner, you know, I'm gonna be wondering all night whether you don't come back to spend the night with me. And he just kissed. He's like, can I take this as a definitive yes? Or later on, where he's like, you have a wonderful mind, a doctorate degree, and beautiful tits. That's what I mean. It's a very My Mind is Ally's with Robert Forster's character. Very relatable, down to earth, uh, fun lead, but also badass. You blow up the alligator at the end. Spoiled it. It's a film from 1980. It's fine. And yeah, the cast do a good job. It's a wonderfully written script by John Sayles. I think the alligator looks good for the low budget they had. The gator looks fine to me. I mean, when you look at gators, they, in a way, do seem lifeless until they fucking try to eat your dick off. And why the fuck is this film not on Blu-ray? That's the last thing I'll end it. Why is this film not on Blu-ray? I mean, this is the Lionsgate DVD, and I think this is out of print. I could be wrong. It does have an interview with John Sayles, a commentary with director Lewis Teague and Robert Forster. But this is, like, Scream Factor is something. This deserves a fucking Blu-ray. It deserves it. Someone get on it. I don't know who owns it now. But if you like movies about killer animals, creature feature type of stuff, if you've never seen Alligator, it's well worth your time. Definitely seek it out. Maybe for October. So, great movie. Thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.